Hello everyone. For week 1, I'm recording instructions for the engagement and advocacy labs to give you an idea on how to do these. So this one is for chapter 2, models for representing health and disease. In general, the directions for all engagement and advocacy lab assignments will follow this pattern. In the slides you'll be provided, you'll see the resources are linked or connected with handouts under the assignment. So read the resources that may be provided on the slides, consult the handouts that are uploaded under the assignment, and then simply respond to the prompts. Be sure to identify the title of the prompt activity in your response. Response to each query in a single bullet point or less. So I'm just looking for your very concise, focused responses to the query provided. And I'm asking you to respond to each query in a single bullet point or less, and then upload it as a Word document. I haven't put this under the assignment instructions, but please don't upload any cloud or Google Drive documents in general, because those are never easy to access from my end, and Canvas does not make it easy either. That's it in terms of assignments. So I'll quickly take you through this assignment for this engagement and advocacy lab for chapter 2. And you guys should be good to go for all of the rest. So the first activity in this engagement and advocacy prompt is on social media platforms and HIV dialogic health communication. Here is your prompt. Select any 2 Instagram posts by non-profit organizations on the topic of HIV/AIDS advocacy. Once you do that, look at those posts and tell me what elements of the biopsychosocial model do you see? Should all social network communication be dialogic? How can non-profit and governmental organizations employ social network communication to achieve optimum health outcomes? The next activity in this engagement and advocacy assignment concerns health communication through the decades. For this one, the resource is uploaded for you, so refer to the uploaded handout that's titled Selected Definitions of Health Communication Through the Decades under this assignment. And here are your prompts. How would you revise the definition of health communication? How will you ensure your definition of health communication is socially just? How will you advocate for health communication to emphasize the need for alertness to health misinformation? What ethical acknowledgements should the dissemination of content by artificial intelligence include? As usual, you'll upload your responses in a bullet point or less. The next activity in this engagement and advocacy lab concerns narrative approaches and social network storytelling. Here are some resources for you. And here in this slide, I tell you about narrative approaches and what narrative communication is about. It's also part of your textbook. So narrative communication can be seen in much of popular media and culture and digital communication platforms. This prompt will ask you to consider popular digital platforms and critically evaluate their role in shaping health discourses. So I give you a little bit of a reminder on what entertainment education approaches are, and I talk about social media that your activity will focus on specifically. So if you look at your textbook, you'll see that EE approaches focus on pro-social messaging and planned behavior change. Educational communication in general is characterized in terms of narrative communication by transportation, narrative comprehension, coherence, tailoring messages, local collaborations, and that it is bottom up. So looking at your textbook and these brief reminders here, think about EE narrative approaches in digital storytelling, EE being entertainment education. So when I talk about digital storytelling, you could be looking at TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram. And here's your prompt. Share one example of an EE health communication context from social media that works for you. Tell us why it is effective from the perspective of the narrative approach. Also include your URL. Tell us what communication elements need to be included to strengthen it. Where are the gaps? The next activity concerns cultivating health competence. The instructions for this activity are under the handout titled Cultivating Health Competence, and the prompt is included under that handout as well. That's all that this assignment includes, and I hope this little overview that's recorded for you is helpful in guiding you through all the engagement and advocacy assignments or the labs that are connected with every chapter. Thank you and enjoy.